Hello.
Thank you for giving me a reason to shower today.
Oh my gosh. You beat me to it.
I know, I didn't get to it yet.
You look so cute.
What's up?
I haven't looked cute for a long time, so I was like, I use these moments for hygiene.
As you should. I mean, I've sort of given up on hygiene.
You guys look so cute. How are you?
We're doing
We're good,
okay.
yeah.
On like a scale of 1 to delirious in this quarantine, how are you feeling?
Well, we were like on a little bit of a health kick, I feel like, at first, and we've just definitely fallen off that and been staying up writing music all night, and then been with our daughter all day.
Uh-oh, are we frozen?
It's a creative, messy phase.
Yeah.
But at least you're being productive.
Yeah. It's kind of all like self-healing at this point, because productive is so like, what does that even mean right now? Or you know what I mean? Like maybe this is productive, but maybe this isn't.
Yeah, right.
Who really knows?
I've gained the COVID-19. Like I literally have been baking. Like I don't even cook, and I'm making stuff that
We're the same. I was like, I want to learn how to make really good chicken cutlet, like deep fry chicken. Like what? What do we do? Christian ate like at lunch yesterday, like 7 slices of pizza.
I just had to get it out of the house. Almost seen it all in one go.
You're a grown boy. Like that happened. I mean, you know, it was funny because I found this, playlist you had made for Spin for like anxiety. And I was like, all right, that's cool. But it's funny because every time I'm on air and I play one of your songs, especially Deleter, I'm like, this is a workout mix song. Like, it's kind of like,
or a baking song. Like who knows?
The only thing that will move my fat ass right now, you guys. So thank you, Grouplove.
Oh hell yeah!
For the workout album.
Better than ever. So maybe this is your thing. Maybe baking and just Deleter. Maybe that's all you need.
Oh my God. I see. You know, I was thinking when I was talking to you today that like this is, I'm pretty sure, the last live HD radio sound space we did before lockdown.
Definitely.
Like 2 days probably before.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I think the Glass Animals came next, but there was no audience. So you were the last. Like I'm measuring my life now by like the last live thing I've seen, and that's you two and your band.
That's crazy.
It's so funny because we were so geared up. We were like, at that point, we were just like, this is like sort of the last small intimate thing we're going to do before our big tour, and we were like, we can't wait to reveal all this stuff. That's still like...
We played new songs we never played that day, too.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful we've had you in the sound space a few times.
Those shows are always so fun.
They're amazing.
But this one that's, airing is the last live audience. I'm 99% sure that was it in March.
I think it was. I think I remember hearing about the Glass Animals thing.
Yeah.
And that was the finale.
So everyone who's watching, enjoy it. This was the last time we had fun.
Yeah,
basically.
We're celebrating the 100 years of radio, something that we're all a part of in one way or another. And so, we're asking all of the artists that we do D Radio Soundspace Sundays, maybe, give me an idea of, what radio has meant to you or how it affected your life as a band.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to go first?
We both can go together.
Or like hearing your music or,
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many different levels of radio because growing up, I spent so much time in my dad's pickup truck, and we'd drive for hours together, and there was a lot of oldies radio, and I didn't realize at the time, like I feel like every oldie, like every song written in the 40s and 50s and 60s. Like Christian could put something on, and he's like, how the hell do you know this? Like, and I think it really was the fabric to like how I write music. Like it really was like the formation of how I learned how to write in a way. And then I grew up in San Francisco, so I had a big influence in my life was 106 KMEL, which was like the hip hop and R&B as well. So the mixture between those both really was like a huge influence on me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Christian?
Radio.
Yeah, I mean, I just like before like the band, like just growing up and hearing Led Zeppelin for the first time. I remember like asking my dad, "What is this? Turn it up!" And then like I just become infatuated with certain bands and certain songs that I would like wait for it to come on rotation again, like on the classic rock station, or like I remember Peter Gabriel would always come on for some reason. I loved some of that stuff as like a really young kid. I had a real just like fascination with certain songs that made me feel like alive as a young kind of kid. And I think that being in the car with my dad and mom and stuff, I remember my mom like playing Linda Ronstadt and stuff, and I was like 4 or 5, and I was like so freaked out by this song, like had to like listen to it again, but we couldn't because it was on the radio, so we just had to like keep it on the station and hopefully it would come back again. But it really like it gave me like my first appreciation and love for music that I realized like this is something I'm really drawn to. So
I feel like that's amazing because at this point there are kids having the same experience listening to your band. Like,
that's so amazing. Yeah, sometimes we do.
That's so crazy because we have a very distinct memory of like the first time we heard Colors on the radio, and that was just like such a pivotal moment for us that it was like no longer ours in a way, and it was like being shared, and that was just like
so cool.
It still doesn't feel real today when we hear our music on the radio. It's the craziest thing. And then I have this like, you know, liners, which are obviously something fans know about, but like I'll hear, you know, a band, I don't know, I'll hear like Post Malone or something on the radio and he'll be like, "Hey, what's up? It's Posty. Like, this is my next." And he just sounds so cool. And then it's like, "Hey, what's up? This is Hannah from Grouplove." I like hear my voice and I'm like, oh my God. And when we were first a band and we'd get liners, we would take hours to do them because we wanted to just like sound like ourselves. And
couldn't figure it out.
I think the truth is like never listen back. Like just being yourself is like exactly who you are in the moment and don't overthink it. But liners.
For anyone who's watching, radio liners are this thing that happens usually when bands come in, and it's a sheet of paper.
Yeah, it's so intense.
Every DJ's name on it, every freaking, I don't know, every day part's mentioned. It's so it'll be like, "Hi, this is Christian and Hannah from Grouplove," and you're listening to, and then it's, you know, blank, you know, and one thing, by the time you get to the end, you're dead because you're exhausted. You know,
that's when you sound cool, though. That's when you sound cool.
Exactly, and our favorite takes are always the flubs.
Yeah,
the KROQ. Like those are our favorites, and those are the ones we usually put on the air. Is when
that's awesome.
With the laughing and stuff. Exactly. Those are the best ones.
Yeah. So if you're in a band, learn from Grouplove. Don't exhaust yourself.
Well, it's crazy. We would be so nervous at first, like early on. We'd be like, "Hey, this is Christian Hannah from Grouplove." Like we couldn't even say our band name. This is our new single, you know, Colors. It was just so.
Oh, I just want you to know on the other side of that, anytime I've had to give a band liners, I'm always kind of like.
Yeah, and there's the funny thing is the band's always like in a green room, like laughing, and someone will be like, "Hey, you guys, let's just get someone quickly to do liners." Everyone's like, "Hannah, you're so good at that, Hannah." And I'm just like, "Oh my God." No, I mean, it's great. It's a great honor also just to be like, because you hear yourself like announce your song basically on the radio. It's pretty amazing, but you just never sound as cool as you do.
Yeah, they're awkward for everyone. But you know what? When we do get great ones, it does sound amazing to put your voice into, you know, like into one of your songs. Like for me, the art of radio is doing those little nuggets.
That's like when I find out that someone's from like England or something, you know, because they're like, "Hello, this is blah, 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 and this is my song." And I'm like, "Whoa, I thought they were American."
That's exactly, right? Those crazy on the radio. I want to talk about, so Healer, your 4th album, you know, this is like the first time you went outside of your camp for producer, right?
Totally.
And so you bring in Dave Sitek, who's just, I mean, TV on the radio, first of all.
Yeah.
I've also been playing the Neverly
Boys.
Yeah.
Like what was it about Dave that was the choice? How did that come about?
You know, we've always admired everything he's done, but I think also there was just this like godliness surrounding Dave. So just the ability to go meet him and hear that he's listening to our demos and go up to his like secret spot in LA and just have that experience was sort of the first incentive, I think. And once we met him, it was just And we'd heard from people like it's a love-hate thing. He's gonna love you or he's gonna hate you, and he's gonna tell you. So we just went in. Yeah, exactly. We went in and we were there for like 5 or 6 hours, I feel like, and Dave was just sort of like doing what he does and talking to us, and we kind of knew. We were like, he just felt part of the group, which is how you want to be when you're going to make an album. It's like you can't force that.
Yeah.
And Dave just said something like he was just like, I fucking believe in you. I believe what you guys are saying in the music. And he's like, that's all that really matters to me. And he's like, there's so much baloney out there right now. And I was just like, tell me more. I love it. And we all left and we're like, let's do this. Like, this could be a disaster, but let's do it. Because he's unpredictable, as we all are in the band, and I think there's some sort of magic to that.
Yeah, and it was just time to like step out of our comfort zone too and try something new, you know?
Yeah, and so it was
just to be able to grow and evolve as an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It is a leap of faith, and it worked out really well.
Right on.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's the workout tunes that are like really upbeat, and then there's like the stripped down kind of quieter tracks that I really like a lot, that are extremely, heartfelt, at least that's my interpretation of it.
Hell yeah.
I also feel like weirdly lyrically, because it's such a dense album for us, where we rely normally on a lot of melody and like we put out normally really, really loud, like much louder albums, the way I think of it. Like, this time has given our fan base a lot of time to digest this album. So like, I don't know. It's been an interesting thing, like talking to them, being able to talk more about songs in that way, because this is, to me, a much more lyrically based album for us.
It's a time for them to digest it when we're
exactly
lost.
Yeah, when you
time where we don't know.
You can't get to know it in the live setting. You just gotta get to know it in the recorded form.
Yeah, and now it is sort of a quarantine album, which is this interesting thing that we've all been discussing. Like, do you come out with a new album when you come out of here to celebrate newness, or do you like play this one and then everyone is reminded of quarantine? Like, I don't know, because this forever is going to remind me of this time now.
I know, I go back and forth with stuff. Like, I, before this, loved virus movies and quarantines.
Oh my God, yeah. I know.
And now I'm like, I don't want to hear about it ever again.
I know. I'm like, Married at First Sight. Perfect.
Selling Sunset.
I know. Oh my God. Selling Sunset actually gave me super bad anxiety. I was like, this is real? Like, this is crazy. Like, what are these bodies? These
palette, you know? You can't be cool all the time, Hannah.
Dude, I know. I'm not cool.
So far from it. It was funny because on my, those Facebook memories, sometimes they punch you in the gut, and then sometimes they're really good memories.
Yeah.
It popped up, and I had taken a photo years ago at the Bootleg. It was your Grouplove mural that hung forever.
Yeah.
In that like space where the photo booth is.
Yeah, the tiger, right? The big tiger.
Yeah. And it was just like such a great memory to pop up during this time, and I was kind of like, oh, we used to go out.
I know. There was actually, we were asked after that residency, they were like, hey, we really want to mark this by like leaving this artwork up.
It was there for a few years.
And then one of, I guess, the owners, let's put this out there so someone could find it, he detached from the Bootleg and took the Grouplove painting with him, and I'm forever.
We had his number too, and we had our manager call him, we call him, we harassed him, and he never responded.
It was just dead. And I was just like, yo, this is karma, dude. This is and a lion is gonna like eat you. That's
not cool at all.
Right?
Get it back.
No, I know. I don't know.
We should find it.
Whoever gets it back can keep a quarter of it. Be like, Grouplove.
That's crazy. Who exactly did the artwork?
I did the artwork.
You did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it was so great. Yeah. I'll have to tweet it. It was just so funny. I remember being like every week, because I was in the Bootleg all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'd see that and just like
shows of the Bootleg were so fun because you just didn't know what was going to happen to bands in there. You know what I mean? You were just like, this is the beginning. And normally it's a residency that we would go to. And so you got to see, if you really went, you'd get to see a band kind of get better and better.
Yeah.
And better. And it was, it's a special place.
It also makes me think about, newer bands and how they don't have that opportunity right now, and how things are changing as far as building stuff like that.
Totally.
Yeah, we've been thinking a lot about those bands.
Yeah, just bands
bands on the verge about to come out with their first record, and
totally, and then just
so sad.
That momentum that you can't. It's timing is everything, and that you can't predict anything, because a song might come all around just at the perfect moment, but maybe the band's not ready or whatever. You don't know. But that practice is one thing that is like, whenever anyone's like, "What's some advice you give a band?" I'm always like, just go out there and play everything. Play birthday parties, play clubs, play lobbies, because then you really find your voice and your presence. But how do you do that when you're always just like on Instagram Live? Like, there's a safety net. There's like a fish tank element where you're sort of like, and you can like find your angle. I still don't understand really how you like find your good angle on Instagram Live, but like.
You're right. That is the same advice I give bands all the time, because that's where when you mess up.
Yeah.
Like
how you handle that.
You can't you break a string, you got to play through it. Like you can't just edit that out and go to the next, Yeah.
And also that's like my favorite. The mess ups are like when you get to know the person on stage, how they handle it. They could be, you're like, oh my God, you're actually a really funny person, or you're really awkward, or whatever, you told a story while someone fixed something, and that intimacy is really special.
The mess ups are where what defines live shows, and not that I want like a band to crash and burn, but I don't need to hear what I can listen to.
Totally.
Perfect version of an album.
Of course.
Totally.
Yeah.
We actually really, not that I'm sure anyone will ever hear this, but we added 2 new members to our band to tour Healer, because there's just so many parts. So we added a percussionist, we added a keyboardist, who was like super like surrounded by keyboards and stuff. And the whole idea was that we didn't want tracks to use any tracks in the album, because it's just such a special thing when every show is different, like a Dead show, or when every show it has its own unique thing, and things are definitely going to go wrong when that many people are playing together, but there definitely also could be magic every night, which is why you go see live music.
I commend you for not wanting to run tracks. Everybody's like, oh, smaller, and you are all like, more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just, we started seeing how, sometimes I'd go and see one person on stage and I'd be like, how are they doing that? And we'd realize, obviously a lot of people don't have the ability to hire a lot of members, so that's just where you start. But I think the ultimate goal is always to bring a really unique show every night, because there are fans that drive around the country following us and go see, 19 shows or something crazy. And so can you imagine if it was always the same 11 songs and the same click track and the same, you know what I mean? It's just...
Well, they do it because you make it fun and unique.
Okay.
I don't think they would follow you around if it was really, at that point, you'd be oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something you're not good at, which is self-promotion. I saw your BoJack Horseman tweet, and I was like, yeah, a lot of people don't know that's Grouplove doing that 90s track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end.
And at the end, too, doesn't it just skip over it and go to the next show now? So
it kind of does. It's weird because there's also the Patrick Carney, full theme song, which really doesn't play either, the instrumental track, so...
Does that go short now, too, or you could skip it, or...?
Yeah, you said skip intro.
Probably.
Which is a big thing. I mean, when I'm going deep in TV, I'm like, skip intro, skip intro.
Especially when you're rolling, rolling, binging a series. But,
yeah. Christian wrote that BoJack song, and it's so catchy. It's so good, and it's honestly, I feel like fans that do know, they scream it out. They're like, play the BoJack song. And there was a while we'd go back for encore on shows, and Christian would be like, "Yo, I'm gonna play the BoJack song tonight." And I'd put on this horse head and come out next to him and just be bonk into things, and it's.
Yeah, so how do we get better at self-promoting our band?
We don't.
Well, I mean, I'll retweet that stuff, but come on. I just, that show's so cool, and I just was like, oh, yeah, I knew I was talking to you, and I was like, I completely forgot. And I was just wondering, like, because, you know, you do say Bojack in the song.
Yeah.
Was that a song where they asked you to write it, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. But it was funny because I thought they would want something that was self-referential, because they gave me some other, like, examples. I forget what shows. And I gave it to them, and they're like, no, we don't want it. We want it to just be like a song. We don't want it to allude to anything in the show. And that was the first thing I handed in, and then I wrote, like, 5 more songs.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, how about this? They're like, actually, this is we love this. We're gonna change, like, the whole.
Wow.
You changed our minds for what we wanted, what we thought we wanted to hear.
Which is the best when you like tell them what they want.
I think it was like The Simpsons or something, because it was like I made a song about the show. You know? Yeah. So.
Maybe maybe like the Bojack EP of unheard songs will come out.
that would be so cool, actually. That's a good idea.
Amazing.
I gotta go back and like listen to all the other versions.
Come on, Christian, what are you doing? It's not like you're doing
I know. That's cool. I wanted to like finish this Bojack song too and make it like a 3-minute song. There was talk of that happening, but it never really came to fruition.
It's kind of dope.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a minute at this point, I think.
Yeah, it's like 38 seconds.
It's exactly people's focus, like the amount they can focus these days. It's like 30 seconds.
You're working on new music right now. Is that just like you're just working on stuff, getting inspired? You know, I mean, is there a destination?
I mean, I think like part of what we realize that's been amazing during this time is that we write music regardless. It's our journal. It's our way of dealing. It's all that. And we also just have this, so we've been writing stuff. We have this collection of songs that we're going to make an EP out of just to like put out and we're self-funding it. And
I think it's going to come out in January.
Yeah. And it's going to be, I mean, for you, I feel like it's going to be an album to work out to, because it's like, you know, we really feel this need to sort of scream and like jump around, and like if we have to all do it alone in our houses, then so be it. But that's the kind of music we personally are listening to right now, just stuff to just get us like through it, you know?
Yeah
Definitely on the aggressive side of things, which is a lot of fun.
Well, I will let you go in a minute. I'm just trying to figure out who that is in the background, that picture.
It's no one specific. Right here.
That was Hannah's birthday present last year.
Yeah, it says Fear Women on it.
There's this cool bike shop called Golden Saddle in Silver Lake, and there's always these amazing like cardboard art portraits that have always been there. And you had said how much you loved them like 2 years ago, so I went back and got what I thought was the coolest looking one.
Definitely.
Like last winter.
I love that.
Well, that's so cute. All right, Mystery Salt. I've been kind of like listening to you and eyeballing like the dude I'm like, what?
Well, I'm like, who's your dog? Should we get a little intro?
I have three. This is Wolfie. He's like, it's a senior rest home. I like just seniors. I have a bulldog snoozing over on the other side of this thing and another.
Aww.
So, I mean, they're the only things really keeping me sane, I think, at this point, because, you know, I'm just here doing like 10,000 radio shows talking to myself.
But you're crushing it.
Your hair looks really good.
Yeah, you look so cool. And the bleaching is like, I mean, I know you're natural.
I'm glad to get it done. Yeah. No,
I know you're natural.
Yeah, not this
Wolfie. This is going to be so dorky, but there was a band at a time in my life that I listened to called The Big Bad. No, not The Big Bad Voodoo Daddies. Oh,
I remember them.
Wolfie,
yeah, but there's a song that's like, if Wolfie were alive, he'd be playing in a ska band. The Mozart reggae got the Deutschland Rasta beat.
You just remembered all the work. Look, Wolfie even has a mohawk, so. Wolfie.
Yeah, Wolfie, you're ready for the ska band. Like, does ska even exist anymore?
It hasn't come around again.
Ska never came back.
Right? He's like, ska was better. Like,
wait, does Wolfie has like a little like tooth too?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute.
I'm always like, he looks like just like me after like a big night out. Like, totally destroyed. He's got, it looks like he's got like a cigarette, like that tooth sticking out, like out of his mouth, just dead.
Oh my God. I can't place this, but I saw a funny show of like a girl, and she like, it was the first time some dude slept over and they'd had like a crazy night, and she got out of bed and like did full hair and makeup and then got back in bed and fell back asleep. And it's like, and he's like, oh my God, you look beautiful in the morning. And she's like, thank you. Yeah. Oh, I feel
that was Bridesmaids.
What's it? Oh yeah, that is Bridesmaids. That's it. That's amazing.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
That's amazing. I just think that is just the funniest.
Oh yeah.
That reminded me of the Fabulous or Magnificent Miss Maisel. Wasn't it in that?
Oh, she did that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the hair. Yeah.
Yes, it's a common thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll show you one more cutie and then I'll let you go. So.
Yeah, show us.
You
Oh.
want to see?
Oh, it's so hot out. I know.
We know. What's up?
Hi.
Like whatevs.
Yeah, I know.
Whatevs.
Oh my
so
gosh,
cute.
you have beautiful doggies.
Yeah, I'm
Are
like,
these all yours pre-quarantine?
yes.
You're not fostering every dog right now.
No. I just, I started this rescue program at KROQ, and I've already, was a fan of rescue. My bulldog's a rescue, and
Good. That's awesome.
and then this little guy came last year, so I feel like
You don't want like 6 or 7 more. This is really a time to rescue dogs.
I really wish I had a giant house, because if I did, I would be like Jim Carrey, in Pet Detective, when the landlord's like, you don't have pets in here. He's like, no, and then he's like,
Penguins.
they just all come out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That would be.
No, we have like multiple feelings about like once we start touring, and if you have a bunch of dogs, bringing them on tour just is like, it's not really fair to the animals, I feel like.
Well, let me tell you something. They get a very bad rap, but Chihuahuas are like badasses, and they're not dicks. They're like pit bulls who get a bad rap.
Right.
Chihuahuas are like, I mean, I have one that I adopted around 7 years old, and he was so chill. He's still so chill. Like, we call him the Steve Buscemi of Chihuahuas. Like,
That's amazing. I love Steve Buscemi.
Like, he kind of looks like Steve Buscemi.
That's right.
But yeah, I might recommend one of those if you want to.
Yeah, we do. We want a dog. Our dog Willow really wants a dog. So
yeah, and they're like you can carry them, which I think on tour is something that you need, and they're easy to like travel with. So that's
I know, which would be awesome.
Well, I just want to thank you for. It's so great to see you.
It's so great to see you.
And
it inspired me to shower.
Seriously though, dudes, it's this. Like, otherwise, I'd be like...
With the sleeves? I mean, you look so cute.
I know, but you know what I found? You know why I got fat? Is because I've been wearing sweats.
Elastic waist, dude. That's the key.
I'm like, I need to start wearing real clothes again.
I know.
Otherwise, I'm going to just start... which I have. So I'm like, I have to wear real clothes every day.
Every day? Yeah, I get it.
Fine. Just when I do so...
Just normal tops, but like the bottoms are still sweats.
Oh my God, you're not seeing my bottoms.
I got strange bottoms on right now too.
No, show your bottoms. They're Hawaiian. They're so sick.
They're a little like not my style though.
They're just whatever.
Come on, let's see. Yeah.
Woo!
I
just
feel like not wearing restrictive clothing is one of those things where then you're like, oh, you put a bra on and you're like, holy crap, it doesn't even fit anymore.
I know. We have jeans right now. I'm like, what? These aren't mine. Whose jeans are these?
No, I have like a loaf of bread like I'm carrying like right here that I didn't have before quarantine. So after quarantine.
It makes sense though.
And there's like something like, you're like, yep. Everyone's going to come out of quarantine, but I've been seeing people coming, they're like, I've never been in such good shape in my life. And I'm like,
you know what? Screw those people.
It's insane because we get in good shape on tour, and without tour, we're just like lumpy.
I just don't want to. And it's too hot to work out. I'm not into the
It's too hot to do anything.
And it's too early to wake up at like 6 to go then,
Yeah,
it's way too early. Yeah. We're just trapped.
Yeah.
Well, Hannah and Christian, Grouplove, thank you for doing this. It's so good to see you.
Thanks for doing it. Thanks for your support.
Yeah, seriously.
Over all these years, it's been amazing. So
you made it easy.
Hope to see you soon.
Keep that AC pumping.
I hope you get your Grouplove banner back.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
If this does nothing else, hopefully we'll get the Grouplove banner back.